So yes, I am pregnant. Pregnant with my 6th child. This is gonna be my 4th baby daddy. Yes, it's true. I got a hell of a lot of kids. I'm homeless. And I'm broke. Kailani. And we are currently homeless. Getting through it, and we're getting through it, but I've been feeling like super sick and I have all the symptoms, but I don't think it's possible, but it could be possible. So come with me to take a pregnancy test.
I'm in school, okay? And I got one baby daddy. One sorry ass baby daddy. What is y'all point to keep stating the same thing? Everybody keeps saying the same thing. What I am gonna say is, I never got on here and begged none of y'all for help. I got on here and told y'all I was having problems in Houston about an eviction that happened last year. When did I ask y'all for help? The reason of me setting up a GoFundMe, because I'm a struggling single mother. This is where I get discouraged shit. When I've waited a whole freaking week. A whole week is wasted. And y'all denied me. They denied me. They denied me. I feel like I am being taken. Bro, like, I have money just to give, right? I have money just to give. I don't even know how the fuck I'm finna feed my kids right now, bro.
Yeah, me and my daughter stranded.
And it's not even just us. We gotta find somewhere to go
by 11 o'clock.
Find
somewhere to go by 11 o'clock. If not, we're gonna be walking the streets in case you will.
This is day 5 of being homeless with my children. And as you can see, I had left my aunt's house. I was frustrated. So I'm crying because I was on the way to my kids' grandma's house knowing that she don't want us there.
It's just like, I'm not the type of person that feels sorry for myself, but I'm just, every time I look at my son, I just cry because it's just no way I put us in this position, like.
Good morning, y'all. So yesterday I documented how long it's been since me and my daughter has been homeless, and it's been 139 days since we've been homeless, walking in instability. Our life just been very, very unstable due to the Father allowing us to go through a season of refining and stripping. And if I can be honest with y'all, it's days where I feel encouraged. It's days where I feel like this will be the day that God will lift his hand for us. And then there's also days where I sit, I cry, because I don't understand how long that God can keep a person in pain.
It's so expensive being in these rooms. Like, y'all, it's really expensive being homeless. Like, no lie. But, so we're finna check out of here. And, why you smell your fingers?
I'm digging my nose.
And we're finna go to my mom's. That's where we was at before we came here, but my mom, she has like a small studio, like it's literally smaller than this motel.
She helped us.
Good morning, guys. Today's day 5 of being homeless. I'm hurt. I'm lost. I miss my babies. I miss all my kids being up under one roof.
Well, y'all, I didn't meet my goal, and I didn't make it on time. So I want to thank all of y'all for trying to help me, for the ones that did try to help me. I appreciate the donations that I got, but unfortunately, I did not make it on time. For the ones that wanted to update, some people didn't believe what I was going through because I've been trying to hold in the road and not get up here crying. Getting up here crying is not going to help my situation.
Hey guys, so I just did a live, and when I was saying on my live, because I was saying it and I was mad and I couldn't get it out right, I'm leaving the room today. I'm packing up my stuff and we're leaving. I have been going over backwards trying to figure out ways to get us out of this mess. And it's like, no matter how much I try, the loan fee is still due, and I just don't got the money. I don't got it. I have MS. So I'm going to explain something to y'all that happened to me yesterday. Yesterday I went to Walmart to go get some food for the kids and to take what I had left out on my Cash App out. So I went to Walmart. I got the food. After I was done ringing up, then I went to the ATM. After the ATM, I don't remember where I put my card. I have been having issues with my memory. Okay. I don't know if you guys have noticed that when I go live, I will start talking about something and then straight completely forget what I was talking about and try so hard to figure out what I was thinking about, but I just can't get back to it. It's happening a lot. I will be in the middle of doing something and straight forget what I'm doing. So I misplaced my Cash App card and I can't find it. All I have it is on my phone. I don't have a physical card. So now I have to deal with that too. But like, this is affecting me really bad no matter how much I try. No matter how much I fight. No matter how much I try to pursue. I need a job. I need a job. Why won't they hire me anywhere? Why can't they give me a job at that Walmart or the Bob Evans right there? Why? Why won't they give me a job? Why won't they give me a job anywhere? Then I even have a TikTok shop. I have been working so hard on so many things. And I can't even get people to purchase out of my TikTok shop to help me. Give up. And then when I come live and I ask for help, she's begging. She doesn't have this. She's making excuses. Oh, she wants the people to take care of her. No. I can't take care of myself and I can't take care of my children right now, and I'm having a really hard time. Okay? I'm having a hard time. And it happens. And we as parents all we can do is just sit here and deal with it. So like again, I'm packing up my stuff. At 11 o'clock, we will be outside in the parking lot. I will find somewhere in the woods behind Walmart for me, my kids, and my cats to stay. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.
Like to say, call Elohim La, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. And yeah, Akim, it's really looking bad for these women out here. You know, you got a lot of single mothers out here. A lot of them are facing homelessness, you know, job loss. A lot of them have to resort to complaining on social media, going as far as even breaking down on social media, crying with their children just to have some sort of like chance of reaching out to their fans and their supporters to gain some support, gain some sympathy from them, seeing that, you know, what they could possibly get off of just, you know, being a single mother. And you see the cost of living is soaring, especially in New York City, just in this country, in America in general. You know, cost of living is just outrageous. And you got more and more people resorting to homelessness, right? Living out their cars or living out their, you know, vehicles like their trucks or so, or SUVs. Some even have to live even in storage units. I've seen videos like that. And then you got it to where some are just living in homeless shelters, even with all these kids. You know, some have to temporarily live in hotels till they find a place, you know, that they could rent with affordable renting. So rest assured, Akim, like very soon these women gonna be, you know, banging down on your door at some point, ready to just, you know, finna like just get married and share you with other women out there that's in the same situation as they are in. You know, they're gonna be down for Isaiah 4:1 very soon because they're not gonna continuously live up with this lifestyle. You know, while they still got social media, they could still go up there, complain. They probably have maybe a few simps that try to throw some support or so, you know, to show some sympathy and all that shit. But as times get harder, you ain't gonna have much men out there supporting you woman, you know, Cash Apping you, Venmoing you, PayPaling you, you know, supporting your little GoFundMes that y'all be setting up or so, you know, for your dire situations, or, you know, whatever financial situation out there that you have. I mean, after all these things are happening because it's showing you that this is why you can't trust Esau, this devil. But y'all just so happen to go as far as following after this devil's footsteps. You want to be single. You want to think you're independent. You don't need a man. You want to run to the government for all the support and help. And look what they're doing now. Right? They're limiting the support that they had given you for so many years and for so long. Right? And it's starting to bite you in your ass. And with that limited support that they're giving you now, they're just taking it away all in full, or they just, you know, giving you less support than ever. And it's vain, whatever support they're giving you, because at the end of the day, the support that they're giving you, you know, you have so much expenses and liabilities increasing in the cost because the cost of living is going up. And the same thing, such as like the housing markets and even the rents itself going up. And it's becoming so outrageous to the point where, you know, this economy just has to crash just for things to be reset, you know. And eventually this is all, you know, part of the you know, plan that the government has to pretty much cause an economic reset so they could push the CBDC. And at the end of the day, this is, you know, all part of prophecy so that they could push the MOTB, you know, so they could fuck up the economy and have it to where they push it to a one world currency. But yeah, you women out there, like, y'all are through if y'all don't get with a man in the Lord in the times to come. Because very soon it's gonna get to a point where you ain't gonna have social media to complain and, you know, vent on, and, you know, go as far as trying to you know, cry on the social media, reaching out to fans and trying to get support and all that shit. You ain't gonna get comfort in that no more. And that's why the scripture said, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, you know, because you trusting in the power of this kingdom, you know, and that's going to be a downfall. And it tells you that in Isaiah the 30th chapter and in Isaiah the 31st chapter. So yeah, you women out there, like, if you out here thinking that things will get better in the future, you know, you better think again, because it's only going to get worse from there. You know, and even if things may seem like it's getting better, it's really not. Because that scripture said that when there shall be peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall happen. So the best bet will be to get with a man of the Lord as soon as possible. And as you can see, all the women in them videos, don't let that shit fool y'all, Akim. Don't let that shit fool y'all at all. With the fact that how they're crying, they're complaining, and, you know, trying to go as far as like appealing to the audience by trying to sound like they're sincere and that they really need help. You know, you got to ask yourself this: what happens to the first man that impregnated them? You know, you got to ask them, like, what they did to that man. And of course they're going to tell you a lie. They're going to say all the men that they dealt with ain't good and all that shit. You know, they're never going to be honest with the fact that they did wrong. So let's be real. They're not going to go as far as trying to humble themselves down and submitting to one man. But, you know, it's going to come to a point in time where they're going to do that. You know, as you see, there's going to be more crime that's going to start increasing with the fact that majority of you women are being homeless and living in these shelters. You're going to find the crime rates increasing as the cost of living is going up. You know, when men are hungry and desperate, they're just going to be snatching you women up out there and trying to force you women to do things that some of y'all never even thought about doing, or some of y'all probably have been doing on the low, but you know, you're gonna do it against your will, which is selling that box to even just survive, you know, with basic necessities such as food and water. And you see right now, like, I'm just saying, in those videos, like, all y'all Akima gotta really understand that these women ain't, you know, humble. As much as they crying in the videos and all that shit, they ain't really, you know, humble. You could still tell they wicked as hell, because the fact that not once in the video they ever mention about, you know, the last thing, at least to mention in the video, they haven't even mentioned, like, that they should, you know, try to get with a man or so, that they're trying to at least stay with a man or trying to find a man. See, the plan that's on their mind, you know, their plan B, whatever next step that's on their mind, is always just run into the government, run into ESAL to find help, right? Or just trying to do it on their own till they find a better opportunity. It ain't gonna be your last plan. It's gonna be the Most High's plan. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai's plan. Like Drake said, God's plan is gonna be the Most High's plan, with the fact that if, you know, you're chosen for salvation, is to be with a man in the Lord. You know, and that's gonna be the final destination. That's gonna be your last resort. And if you ever do anything wrong, which, you know, more than likely you won't do, but if you do anything that pisses that man off and he casts you away, that's your ass, you know, because ain't no other man of the Lord gonna pick your ass up. But anyway, bring out some of the scriptures. Lord willing, make this less edifying. So it says in Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1, it says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Right? And you see that it's going to be a time period where a lot of these women are going to, you know, humble themselves. They're going to finally shut the fuck up, and they're going to finally get down with the program, you know. And you may even see like a small portion of that, you know, in these times to come, you know, sooner than later, because of the simple fact that everything is so expensive around you. And it's like, it's going to get to the point where, you know, you're going to see even crime skyrocketing. You know, you got all type of weirdos out there, you know, that be pretty much stalking women, you know, that be playing with themselves in public, fondling themselves. You know, you got weirdos out there that be trying to sexually assault women and all this shit. And it's like, it's going to get to the point where, you know, Esau is just going to go as far as like having it to be like a purge at some point, and he's going to even go as far as allowing little crimes like that to not be harshly punished. And with that being said, like, let's say if you have an offender that happened to, let's say, grope a woman in public or so, you know, they may just even go as far as getting away with that, because of the simple fact that there's other crimes that they have to respond to. Because you're gonna have bigger crimes out there, like big grand thefts, grand larcenies, you know, pretty much like real life crimes where people are getting snatched up, you know, put in human trafficking rings, and you women gonna find yourself in those situations very soon. A lot of you women that are homeless and single with children, you kidding me? And then y'all living out your car, living out of a storage unit. And then on social media, sometimes you got men that are gonna even track your ass down on social media, all that shit. Y'all don't think like that. And then what's not even on your, like, the last, you know, let's say sentences in your mouth, like, you don't even want to mention, like, it's not even on the last thing in your mind is to actually get a man for protection. Are you fucking kidding me? Especially out in the cold. Yo, y'all women, you still got some pride in y'all. I hope y'all know that y'all still got some pride in y'all, you know, because of the fact that you have social media and you got some of these, more than likely you have received some support from these, you know, simp punk ass niggas. But all that shit is soon gonna end, you know, especially when the power grids go out. For the most part, you find it to where the ones who mostly put the locks on the door, and I'm talking about like that be up in the locks on the door, putting extra locks, more than needed, is the damn woman, that will upgrade the security of their houses with extra locks on the doors. And you have the audacity to even still be pushing as a single mother, yeah, you're gonna know in that time that you can't do it on your own. Yeah, I understand that you do have a bunch of punk ass niggas out there, that are irresponsible, that don't really want to take the full accountability of being a man and taking care of the kids and all that shit, and that pretty much want to leave a kid in you and opt out of being a father. You do have a fair share of some punk ass niggas out there, don't get me wrong. But I hope y'all know, when y'all get with a man of the Lord, it ain't gonna be, you trying to have that man all for yourself, because you're gonna know damn well that you're gonna have to share that man amongst other women that are in your situation, and even with other women who, haven't been in that particular situation as you're in, because men of the Lord, we're gonna also be getting, Lord willing, from part of that number, but we, of the elect. But we also gonna be getting women who are, virgins, and, pretty much the Lord got women out there who are, actually worth marrying. And you leftover women out there who happen to be single mothers that come with a baggage and all that shit. You ain't gonna bring that, bitchy attitude and all that, trauma, where the men of the Lord is dwelling at, because you're gonna drop that shit right there before you get with a man of the Lord. So you're gonna get right overnight, and the Most High gonna really put you through so much trauma in that time, and your ass is gonna understand not to piss a man in the Lord off. Anyway, it says in Isaiah 32 verse 2, it says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And that's pretty much how, a man of the Lord is going to be in that time. He's going to be pretty much the most highly esteemed after all. Scriptures say, the Most High is going to make a man more precious than fine gold, even more precious than the gold of Ophir. And that's, Ophir, Solomon's gold, was the most highly esteemed gold of all gold, because Solomon was, a multi-trillionaire, and his gold was top of the market. And of course, in that time period, gold and silver and precious metals ain't gonna mean shit if your ass is in a famine, because survival comes first. And being a hiding place from the wind represents destruction. Hiding place represents like a fortress and a shelter, yeah, you woman already, out there being homeless, you're already losing your refuge, and then with that being said, where's your protection? The fact that your ass gotta live in a car in which that could be broken into, it's not bulletproof, right? If you get a bulletproof vehicle, you gotta be a millionaire, because that's hella expensive to put those add-ons in that vehicle. Just saying. And you not having a man, you have no damn security. Because if I'm not mistaken, there's a scripture saying something along the lines of for you to invade and ransack a home or something, that they have to bind a strong man in a house or so. Yeah, like if you spoil his goods, or you enter into his home and pretty much like go as far as taking his possessions, that you gotta bind the strong man. You woman, like, y'all live beyond your means. That's another thing too, on why the majority of y'all going homeless, because you have no financial acumen. So it's like, since you're not strategic or tactical with your finances, which y'all will try to go as far as living beyond your means, And, you know, y'all tend to not only spend a lot of money on, you know, food and clothes and things of that nature, you know, and on entertainment, but you also spend a lot of money on weed and liquor and wine and all that shit, and going out to restaurants, going out to eat, traveling. You see, you know, you got expenses, you know, getting more expensive, and then you got liabilities increasing, and it's like, it's getting to the point where you can't really do it on your own. And Esau knows it's a burden to even support you women, and ultimately he's turning his back on y'all because why? You know, scriptures say it, that this is pretty much the nature, characteristics of Esau. So that we're not feeling bad for you women, because ultimately this is why you should never trust your enemy. You know, scripture saying, Sirach chapter 12 verse 10, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And down to verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. Right, and for a while he abided with, you know, he abode with you woman, with feminism, right? And women's liberation, you know, that pretty much was like around probably the third wave of feminism, if I'm not mistaken. And then giving you women a voice, along with, you know, having all these social media platforms out there to pretty much streamline the negative effects of feminism, because other women got pretty much you know, influenced by it, by seeing these social media posts or about, you know, feminism, about liberal feminism at that. And then you got all these reality TV shows, you know, pretty much furthering the destruction of our woman, because they think that in order for them to get with a man, that he gotta have 6 figures and be 6 feet tall. And nowadays 6 figures ain't much of a good salary anymore. You know, like the 100K salary a year, because in order to really live comfortably, you have to make 250K a year. Because even with people with 6 figures, they're struggling with children. And if they have the lifestyle where they have to get the latest to date, you know, car, and the latest to date, you know, phones, the technologies, you know, the trendiest things, you know, you could forget it, because, you know, they're just living off of, you know, the credit that they have, you know, and making all this expensive purchases with the credit cards. And then it's like, if they were to ever get laid off, it's not even guaranteed if they're going to continuously make the same amount of money as they previously did if they get a new job. And these companies, they're not caring about if you were able to, you know, make the payment before. They care about getting their money now, and they want you to continuously make the same payment, you know, that you were making before, even if you have a job that's not paying you as much. And then it's like your credit score gonna go down and all that shit, because you might even be skipping on payments until you get the job that you know, once had. So yeah, and a lot of women, you know, you're finding yourselves in them situations, you know. Well, let me finish off with verse 16. It says, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit." Right. And he has spoken very sweetly with you, a woman, you know, that you don't need to be with your man, you know, you could be independent, be single, be free, and you have received the best benefits and accolades that the society has to offer you by living that 304 lifestyle, you know, using and abusing men, you know, men having it to where they're getting their heart broken by y'all, getting played by y'all, going on these dinner dates with men, having them to pay for everything, and it's still not enough. And they get no box, no play in the end. They get played, you know. And while you're doing all this game playing with these men, they could be the same men that, you know, find you homeless at some point, and eventually they're gonna probably even just track you down and have their way with you. You might come across some of them, and they be like, this the same woman that played me and fucked around and all that shit, and they ain't gonna have no pity on you and your damn kids. So how about that? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And it says, and I'm just gonna read it from the top again. It says, Sirach chapter 12 verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. And that's how Esau's gonna throw your ass into the pit, you know, because he speaketh sweetly to you women, to show you women from these reality TV shows that he has broadcasted on television, on your Optimum TV channel or whatever TV channels you know women usually have, like Verizon or so, you know, one of them top TV channels where y'all watch the Baddies Clubs, y'all watch all these other reality TV shows, Basketball Wives, all that shit, where they teach you how to play men, how to run a man out of his money and all this bullshit, right? You know, so he gonna teach you, speak sweetly with his lips, teach you, you know, how to play these men, how to do, you know, all bad by yourself, right? And do bad with other women, and how to finesse men, right? And it says this right here, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit, right? Because it's in his strategies, right, on how he's going to tell you women to do these things, get you women to do all these things, right? Have your little feminist community amongst y'all to do, teaching y'all how to do these things. And look, can these same women help you in the times to come when these men, you know, get fed up and have enough, and they're actually going to go out there when a purge like predicament, you know, situation arises where Esau is going to have complete anarchy out in the streets, and they ain't gonna have no more 911 out there, no more police or any particular defense or security out there to defend you woman and protect you woman from your judgment. And what are you gonna do? Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's what you gotta ask yourself. What are you gonna do in that time? So you ain't gonna have simps helping y'all. And it says, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Yep. Because he's gonna act like he's gonna try to help you, you know, if, you know, he gets the chance to, actually, if, you know, for that matter. And he's not gonna help you. Just like if you trust in him and take this MOTB just to try to make things go back to normal. Because a lot of you 2/3 women will take the MOTB. Yeah, will get, you know, your kids chipped and your whole family chipped. And even while y'all receiving those noisome grievous swords for taking the MOTB, you know, Esau's still gonna act like he try to help you, even though he's really trying to kill you. And it says in verse 18, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Yeah, because at the end of the day, this devil's entertained to see that he has gotten so far with the feminist agenda to where you women have separated yourself from your men, went to college, got degrees, and the majority of y'all got degrees in majors that are useless, that's have a low entry in the job market, meaning that like ain't much jobs out there for the particular degree that you studied for. Then you got to pay that amount of debt back, right? And then you working at a low dead end job to try to pay back the debt for getting a degree in something that was completely useless, that didn't get you nowhere in the end. How stupid is that? And I might make this the last precept, but I just want to also bring up this point too. You know, given the fact that you women out there being homeless and living in these shelter units, you know, even some of y'all living out in your vehicles and even in storage units, that you ain't gonna have much protection very soon. You know, given the fact that the homelessness is rising in America, and very soon people are going to be more desperate in the times to come. Because as the saying goes, you know, when people have nothing much left to lose, they lose it. So it says in Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 30, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painted, and in vain shalt thou make thyself fair, thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. Right? And that's what a lot of y'all do to this day, putting on makeup and still trying to content create or whatever while you're homeless, and, you know, trying to still, you know, look pretty and all that shit throughout the rest of your day, even when you're homeless. There's still some pride in that, and because y'all do that because y'all have social media, because there's still some sort of you know, let's say, I guess with the law, there's still some sort of type of order. You know, things haven't fully went, you know, down to chaos yet. You know, and it says verse 31, for I have heard a voice as of a woman in travail, and the anguish as of her that bringeth forth her first child, the voice of the daughter of Zion, saying, that would bewail of herself, that spreadeth her hand, saying, woe is me now, for my soul is weary because of murderers. And that's when you women are going to come to the realization, you know, and realizing that you need a man in the Lord. And if social media is ever there at some point, you know, when it's a purge, y'all going to be desperately yelling out, y'all need a man in the Lord in the videos. Y'all going to be desperately saying that. You're going to be trying to find brothers on the comment boards and trying to, you know, that brothers that believe in the truth. Y'all going to be doing that, you know. You're going to be desperately out there trying to seek to find brothers physically, not even on no damn YouTube or social media. So yeah, Aki, I'm just, you know, be patient, because these women coming, and, you know, Isaiah 4:1 is right at the doorstep. So like to say, call on your law, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash, the honest apostle, Elder Great Millstone, peace, citation, hopeful elect, Shalom.